Perfect. 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 Perfect.
That nigga garbage.
Hola, ¿cómo está? I guess I should fix that, right? Hold on. Players fuck up. That's what players do. But then, you know, they don't stay fucked up. They get back right. What's the motherfucker there, man? Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas, Texas, no N in there, Homer network, right? I mean, we're talking all sports, but only H-Stone, Houston. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing well this evening. It's always good to see you wonderful people. Not so much Heidi, but everybody else. Always good to see you. I think you guys are great. Let me do a thing. I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. We got stuff to talk about. We got Saucelines to open tonight. And I got spaghettis to eat. You know, hey, if dinner time comes around sauce time, well, you know, I fucks with y'all, but I gotta have my nourishment because I allegedly stop eating, you know, around 8 o'clock. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, but you know, Broderick, nigga, shut your ass up. You are the late nigga, okay? You're the late one. You Herb Gotti, appreciate the love. Okay, I seen that. Okay, bet. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Do you have the link? Do you need me to resend you the link? I'm not sure if you still in the Discord or not. If it needs to be resent, let me know. Sometimes I'll be a little off. Sometimes I'll be a little on. Oh yes, Heidi's butthole is still for sale. OnlyFans ain't going nowhere. Let's get into it, right? Like, what the fuck? I just clicked it. I didn't double click that shit. All right. So, I'm your host at Honcho. I'm here. I'm in existence. I need to get my wig split. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Let's see what we got joining us. Shout out to Side with Pride if you are from the greater Houston area. If you're not from the greater Houston area, you know how we do Sauce Nation roll call. If you're not from the greater Houston area, well, that's your bad. You made a bad choice. You need to move to Houston, goddamn. No, but shout out where you at so I can send some love in your direction, no matter where you may be on this wonderful planet of ours. I see Broderick. That might be the only person worse than Heidi. Herb Gotti, what's the motherfucking deal? Frankie and H-Town. You ain't following that Frankie and H-Town on the gram. You don't give a shit about the crate challenge. Literally killing niggas. Yeah, when the Rockets get cracking, like the real season gets cracking, trust me, there's going to be plenty of Astros talk. It's not going to be blatantly, blindly Texans like that anymore. You know, there's going to be plenty of Texans talk throughout the week, all those things. I'm working on some stuff for the Patreon. Subscribe for Discord. I mean, with Discord as a whole, I would say Patreon. Patreon is just easier for me to remember. But if you are a channel member and you are in the Discord, I'm working on something. I can't quite guarantee it yet, but I do. I'm planning on maybe doing something like I haven't quite came of a name for it, but maybe like a noontime sauce in the Discord, maybe starting on the 1st. But like I said, just give me some time. Let me see. Scrooston, what's the motherfucking deal? Ali, Mr. Killer KB, Heidi, King Jaja Josh, what's the motherfucking deal? Ray, how you doing this evening, Ray? Russell Wade, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Soft spots. Are we talking about Montana Fishburne's ass? Infinity Reform Pimp, what's the motherfucking deal? Trey in the building. Matthew Hayes, what's the motherfucking deal? Pearland, the new land of the trio. Southside in the building. I already WD40. Let me see. Shout out to Matthew Hayes. B. Adams, what's the motherfucking deal? Lake Road, Lamar, Texas. Nigga, you a Katie nigga now. Shout out to Vince, holding it down. Football 503, what's the motherfucking deal? Man. Look, bro. I'm gonna save Shikari for the den, right? Because I'm gonna tie that into a whole different topic tonight. I don't even think I want to show videos tonight. I think I just want to go in old school den style tonight and just really go in a good Honcho rant and open up the lines. I think that's what's going to happen tonight. But anyway, I was going to talk a little bit about this. It was sports related, but I'm not today. Not do just Michael 909. What's the motherfucking deal? Again, if I missed you, I ain't dissed you. Paralyzed. I seen somebody died. DK Taylor, what's the motherfucking deal? Southwest in the building. Vincent representing Katie. Katie deep up in the sauce, baby. But, like I said, a couple of things I want to talk about. Okay, Let's get. Let me get my old knee up here. Let's get serious for a moment, right? Let's talk about 8900 Braeswood. What is that? Who is that? What does that make me think of? That little old song? Austin Tonio, Northside Shooter in the building already. Corpus Christi in the building already. The home of the original Whataburger. But let's talk about it, right? I'm gonna spill my sauce. Open up the lines. We have a limited amount of time for the lines and the sauce till things start picking back up. Then we may start having more extended sauces. But for right now, our power is what we deliver. Make sure you hit the like button. It was greatly appreciated. Even hit the dislike button. Either way, it's all good. Text Arcana already. So I was just thinking, right? And I hardly watch the Texans interviews. It's almost like watching certain interviews of a certain thing where the questions are selected and only certain reporters. Anyway, but I caught a little bit of Lovie's interview. Dirty Bay in the building already. I caught a little bit of Lovie's interview today. And I got to thinking about some shit, right? And I know it was kind of 50-50. Like when we first heard Lovie got hired, people was like, "Oh, I love you, old ass. You couldn't do shit at Illinois." And I know some people were like, "Man, Lovie's a GOAT. You know, you got to respect what he brings to the game." Tampa 2, all those things. Like, you know, it is what it is, right? So down south sports, what's the motherfucking deal? Clarksville, Arkansas in the building. Ooh, we nationwide, baby. And so we kind of, like I said, you had mixed feelings, right? And that was kind of the point where Saul was kind of here and there, here and there. If you were in a Discord, you kind of know what it was. But I started thinking about it, right? And I started thinking about it from a player's perspective. Now, it's been a long time since I put on a helmet and pads and any of that stuff, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of you too, or some of you may never have, right? So it is what it is. Some of you might have them on now. Some of y'all might be on some weird shit. Some of y'all might be like that little dancing nigga Famous Amos, and we were wearing football pads and shit, just random places. Some of y'all might be on some weird shit. I don't know. But I got to thinking about it, right? And I said, I'm looking at it from a player's perspective when it comes to Lovie, right? And I think that, I look for, what is this? I always look for odd things, right? I look for odd things that maybe other people may or may not be talking about. Sometimes, maybe they are. I wouldn't know. I really don't pay too much attention to anybody else, right? So forgive me, whatever. And I was like, you got to think about it, right? If you look at all the coaches on the field. Look at the coaches that the Texans have had in recent history, right? And I literally mean look at them. Not necessarily their resumes, not necessarily their history, where they're at now. Just take a physical look at them, right? Do they look like they belong anywhere near a field? Got a bunch of lumpy, out of shape looking, beer-bellied motherfuckers who look like they've been studying the theory of the pigskin all their life. Some of these motherfuckers look like they've never laced up ever in their life. And then you look at Lovie, right? Lovie ass look like Ed Reed kind of, but damn near look like he could lace it up right now and maybe still lay the hat on somebody, right? And I think there's a level of respect when there's a guy that's done it, and then you got guys that have been there, and I think that commands a different level of respect from players, right? And so I think that's part of it. These are just my thoughts. You feel free to think whatever you want to. Like I say, we open up the lines, you call and say what you want. And then we do know Lovie's history, right? And then to go along with what Josh said, he simplified it. That's something when y'all keep hearing me refer to Dungy, and even prior to Dungy, before the whole whatever culture and all this other shit that we had going on. Because that's basically what Dungy did with the teams that he had success on. Is that he took it back to the base. He took it back to the roots of football. I mean, almost basically back to wrapping up. You know what I'm saying? Because what you got to understand when you have a football team, especially when you're bringing in rookies and you're bringing in lots of guys and pieces from all over the place, you don't know exactly how these guys were coached. I mean, from Little League, if they played Little League, from high school, some of these guys might have walked on a college team and had some success. So you got guys from all kind of different backgrounds, all different parts of the country. Some of them random international motherfuckers. And then you got the Kyle Warrens of the world get headaches. Anyway, and so in reality, even though you're a team, even though you're trying to preach the same concepts, even though you got these guys in the same meeting rooms, they're not necessarily on the same page when you're talking about the basics of the game, right? And so that's what I think, and that's what I was saying a while back, the Texans need to get back, to the fucking basics, right? Make sure everyone's on the same page, not assuming that guys know what's going on. right? Because some guys are just athletically gifted. Some guys are smarter than others. Some guys got family on the coaching staff and know some people, whatever, and end up in favorable positions. But I think you have to start especially when you have a new regime coming in, when you have, like I said, all these new pieces, everything going on. You have to start from the basics, and you have to make it as simple as possible and get everybody on the same page. That was Billy O's problem. Too complicated. A guy that went to Brown. That's neither here nor there to me, but they say smart people go there, right? And I think he's a guy that assumed everybody thought like him, and he just put too much on people's plates, right? And I think it led to a lot of mishaps. It led to a lack of discipline. It led to a lot of problems overall within the structure of the team. And then that carried on to off the field shit. We can talk about all the turmoil, everything else going on. Again, neither here nor there. So that's kind of what I'm saying about Lovie that I like is, again, you got the experience, you got the basics, and you even have the appearance. And I think he commands a level of respect from the player. And we see that significantly more talent, or not even, I wouldn't even say there's significantly more talent on the defense. But he has the defense playing, and they're further ahead along than the offense is at this point. And that's clear. I mean, it's clear to see it, right? So you got to give him that. And that's what I'm saying. Is there enough love for Lovie, right? You say it would feel so much better if Jack wasn't here. There was no puking exhausted. I was just hands on my knees, fell out on the ground, almost died. Trinity Garden in the building. Heidi, you throw like a girl. Let's see. And I agree with that. And then the size of guys that we have, there's speed there, and I think that fits better with his scheme. But again, it's just my opinions. I'm just another nigga on the internet. Y'all know I don't know shit about baseball, right? But I figured, hey, Bregman's back. Astros win. I seen people were happy and excited. And I said, you know what? Gosh darn it. Let me at least give the Astros some. I know a couple of Astros. I know a couple of names on the Astros. I know Altuve. I know, let's see, I know Carlos Correa. I know, what is that, Valdez. I know Bregman. I know Jordan, Who else? Who else is out? Who else do I know? Let me pull a rabbit out of a hat here. Yeah, that's all I got for you right now. Just coming off the top of my head, that's all I got. So, yeah, that's what I mean. You got to ask Ray and Hector for all that stuff. But real quick, y'all's thought. Okay, Northside Shooter says, let me make sure I word it properly, as you said. Sauce Nation. And I kind of implored yesterday about y'all's thoughts about Jack, if you thought it was overhyped, if he did have too much power or whatever. We'll do a simple yes or no. I usually like to do the zeros and the ones because it's so much easier. We're actually going to do the 0 no. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Would you feel better if Easterby was not a part of this organization in any form or fashion? Excuse me. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. And then, oh yeah, Yuli, Pineapple Head. Yeah. I forgot about Yuli. I know a couple of Astros, but I'm saying just as far as just off the top of my head, if I was just to name a bunch of Astros, I might not do so good. Like my life was on the line. They said name 10 Astros in 45 seconds. It's just go ahead and cut my head off. Just not even waste the time, right? Okay. Very. El Murray, what's the motherfucking deal? Always good to see you. I see a lot of one. Okay. No place in H-Town. Damn. Not even at a 0. What if you saw Jack Easterby at a 0 concert? How would you like him more then, or would you be even more confused about his purpose? I would like to hear your thoughts on that. If you say Correa's going to be gone and you won't miss him. I definitely want to hear y'all's thoughts on the whole Correa thing. All right, because I don't know what's going on. Like, hit me to the shits. But this is what we're going to do. Give me a second. We're going to open up the line. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah, about Lovie talking about he wasn't happy with the third down. Yeah, I meant to talk a little bit more about Lovie. And that he, like you said, yeah, that playing properly, everything else will come. So not forcing the issue, not just, being overly concerned with it, but you just gotta, you play your role and everything will work out. Man, if you say you let it make it if you saw him at a road concert. What if you seen that motherfucker? You can kiss my black ass. What if you saw? What if you saw Jack? I used to be singing that shit. Anyway, give me a second. Let me get the line open. I got spaghettis here. I really want to eat. I've been eating like in all the streams, but that's just how the sauce works. Goddamn it. I got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be live. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. You feel me? Doodaloo. Let me flip the script. Let me drop that Sauceline. Where's it? Come on, where's that double clicking? Where you at? Where you at? Shit, I don't even know what the damn Sauceline thing is. Yeah, where is it? I done hit it for myself. Damn, what happened? Where's the damn Sauceline number at? That's crazy. Alright, hold on. We gotta do it like this. Oh, that's the wrong shit. Where in the fuck is it? I don't even see the little shit to moving around. Well, the number is 346-36 sauce. That's the number. All right, first and foremost. First, I guess I should probably put the right line open because I got the den line activated. So let me switch that up, right? Niggas in milk crate, boy. Oh, I was done after the prison milk crate shit. All right, we got a call coming in. Give me 1 second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do you got calling in to the sauce line this evening?
Hey, Honcho, it's Ray, man. What's going on?
Ray of Ray. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm exquisite. How are you, sir?
I am superb, my good man. What's on your mind?
Man, it's the Lovie Smith thing that you're referring to is, yeah. I agree with the Lovie Smith more than anything that I have seen the Texans do in years, and there's many reasons for it. But the basic reason is based on where this team is now. Quite frankly, his defense suits lesser talent. What I mean by that is he can have average players produce at above average levels based on the defense that he runs. So considering the roster, which we have at this particular moment, that would be probably one of the main things. Not only that, but he actually has, I really like the idea that he has a very, and you play defense, Honcho, especially at a high level, at a collegiate level, so you understand what I'm talking about when I say this. It's very difficult to judge when to blitz on a defense. It's extremely difficult because you can't really start blitzing until you start figuring out at least a general idea of what the game plan is as far as the other team on the offensive side of the ball.
Correct.
So he has a real knack for timing the blitzes well. Sometimes it backfires. For example, I'll give you a classic example. The Dallas game. He did a corner blitz and on a screenplay, and the guy damn near walked in. Yep. They blocked it up well. It was just a great play call by the offense as far as the Cowboys were concerned. But he took a gamble. He brought a nickel blitz He got held up, and the guy walked into the end zone. And I remember we were in the Discord, and everyone was freaking out. I'm like, guys, it was just a great play call, man. Yeah, like you got to give Dallas that one. I mean, if you run a screen to the side of which is being blitzed, and it's picked up, dude, that's a free touchdown almost every damn time, every damn time. So, it's really nice to see that he's trying to figure out his talent. He's working within his means, which is what I think a coach should do. And when he gets maybe better talent, or I'd say more consistent talent out there, he would, I think he's going to be a pretty good asset as far as a defensive-minded coach, especially as the coordinator itself. As far as the Astros go, Hector and I, we have not gotten it together yet, but we will. We're actually going to do a collab Astros video, and I'll go ahead and put it out there, Honcho, because he already said in his video, you're going to need to be there to help moderate it, so to speak, if you will. And
I'll just show face.
And we're gonna talk some Astros because Hector had a valid point in his last video. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Usually, baseball, it's all about after the All-Star break. Because usually the trade deadline's around there. People have made a push for the final home stretch. Players who are hot in the first half of the season tend to not be hot on the back end of the season, which is what you're seeing with Correa. Correa had a horrible July. Not only that, but, I mean, for all the people that are wanting Correa here that are in sauce right now, I will explain my position. Carlos Correa is a great player. He's an above-average player, right? He has hot streaks. He has powered off fields, and his defense is phenomenal. There's no arguing that. But he is not worth $300 million for 8 to 10 years, which is what he's wanting. Houston gave him an offer. It wasn't as many years as he wanted, but it was close to around the ballpark of what he's looking for. In other words, he's looking for more guaranteed money per year than total. And baseball contracts are all guaranteed, unlike the NFL. So his idea, with his injury history and his up and down stance, as far as an offensive perspective, his batting is what I'm referring to, that he is not Fernando Tatis. He is not Javier Baez. He is not any of the top-rated shorts. He does not have the same skills as let me phrase this. He has the same skills. He's just very inconsistent to the top shortstops that are paid in the game today. That is why I say, if anything, I'm actually kind of mad because they should have traded Correa and got a little bit something for him. But, hey, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it now. I would like him to stay. I don't hate him. I just, for the money he's wanting, it's like, God almighty, man, like that could be spent on starting pitching, because going forward, the big thing with the Astros is they can make a solid push for the World Series. The problem is their starting pitching is suspect as shit right now. The bullpen has kind of been solidified. Actually, I would say right before the All-Star break to now, and the offense is kind of in flux, but they usually tend to get hot at the end of the year anyways. That's what makes the Astros so good. That's why everyone gets pissed at them when they go and they beat teams like LA. And it's so funny because the Astros beat all the really good teams, it seems like, but when they play really shitty teams with horrible records, they just kind of laid up, which is kind of unusual, but it is what it is. Anyway, it's been over 5 minutes, Honcho. I'm going to let someone else try to call in before you shut it down, but I just want to spill my sauce, and I'll be bringing out a video pretty soon, and then, like I said, Hector and I will also kind of do a collab video, and we'll go from there, man.
Okay.
I'll holler at you.
Appreciate you calling in, Ray.
No problem.
There you go. Good evening. Okay. So shout out to Ray. Because, I'm eating super messy because I'm on the camera screen. I would just be smacking and all that good shit, but I don't have no napkins or nothing like that. I actually, like a proper gentleman, I'm just, yes, do you have any Grey Poupon? Well, Heidi, if you disagree, why don't you call in and spill your sauce? Yes, I like to spill my sauce. I don't like the Alex Bregman. But yeah, fuck, I'm hungry. Shit, I be on the move, so I'm eating. But here's my thing, right? My thing is definitely, like I say, not baseball. That's not my thing. But again, like I said, where we are with the Texans and with what is possible, and many people have mentioned it here, that I'll make sure the number's on there. 346-36 Sauce if you want to call in. 346-36 Sauce is the easy way to remember it. Or 346-367-2823 if you want to call in and share your thoughts. Hold on, I gotta work on my Heidi accent. I haven't practiced in a while. But you know, like I said, it's just I'm loving what I'm not gonna say loving. I'm liking the potential of what Lovie can. I don't know anything about Carlos Gomez, so I don't even know what these comments mean. I can't even argue any of the baseball stuff. But like I said, it's that I'm liking what he has. I'm liking the potential there. And again, like Ray kind of mentioned, with the talent that we have on the Texan side on the defensive side of the ball, that he's able to utilize, and he's going to be able to maximize the potential. You saw, what's his name? Because I think he's on the fringe right now. You know, the third rounders be getting out of here pretty easy. Reed. You saw Reed come in and say, you know, I'm liking this scheme. It's going to be an exciting year. So I think that things are a little bit different. Like I think they are simplified. I mean, you see Lonnie out there, and this is not a knock on Lonnie. You know, we thought it was going to be a corner. They moved him to safety. Then you got a bunch of other weird shit going on. You know, what is it? Versatility, right? And so, who was that? We traded for Ra's al Ghul from Batman. But my thing is, like I said, is just that obviously it's working. You're seeing guys make plays. You're seeing a little bit more from Amenahu. You're seeing Martin making plays. I think Martin has already been on the fringe. But you know who I'm not seeing, unless I'm missing something, and I know starters haven't gotten a lot of pull, haven't gotten a lot of burn. I want to know how you guys are feeling about Whitney Merciless at this point. Do you think Whitney Merciless has a bounce back season in this scheme? Do you think that Merciless is going to kind of fall under in this scheme? Well, we got a call. Let me know your thoughts. What's the motherfucking deal we got calling in to the Sauceline this evening?
What's good, Honcho? It's Vince.
Vince, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Vince, man.
Chill on, man. It's been a while, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's on your mind this evening, sir?
Hey, I just wanted to comment on the Lovie Smith thing, man.
Okay.
I think that it seemed like the Lovie Smith hires is something that is kind of familiar to him, man, because it almost feels like they're trying to go back to that rebuild, you know, where their defense was their strong point. You know, when they had years ago, it was all defense, but they couldn't get that offense right. And so now it just seems like with the rebuild thing, that's where they're going to start. That's what they're starting with. So it seems like that's why they pretty much brought him in, where his defense has been pretty solid normally as a defensive coordinator. So that's what it seems like they're trying to start off to get back to the defense being strong, their strong point first. Then maybe catch that offense up after that.
Now, I know a lot of people were kind of low on Lovie when he was at Illinois, but do you think that's because, you know, college is a different game, or do you think maybe just there was something else going on there?
Yeah, college is a whole different ball game, man, because one thing about college, man, it's the recruiting game. You got to be able to recruit, and when it comes to college, a lot of the players, man, they want to go to Alabama, they want to go to Clemson. You know, it's hard to get players to just go to Illinois.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to have a lot going on as far as the recruiting game. So if you can get up on the recruiting game in college, you can get a shot. But that's what it's about. It's the recruiting game in college.
Okay.
Now you see with the new college game going on now, you got endorsements going on. The players are getting paid now.
Yeah.
So that might be an advantage to some of these schools to help recruit. But now it seems like the recruiting is strictly going to be based off of what can these athletes basically get paid first. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I've seen little niggas getting trucks and getting endorsed by car dealerships and.
Oh yeah, $1 million endorsements already.
Mm-hmm. That's wow. I mean, boys coming out of high school getting endorsed. I mean, I'm all for it. Hey, get paid off your name. You're not guaranteed to make it to the big leagues. Get you something out of it. You know, you see a lot of people follow.
Why you can, because I mean, you could get your career ended on one play. So why not get paid?
Exactly. Okay. Now I know your first love ain't the Texans, Vince. I know you got some love from the boys out in the Bay. How you feeling about your squad, man?
Feeling pretty good, man. I mean, you know me, I want Trey to start, but it looks like they're gonna start Jimmy. So I don't know why, but Trey's coming along, man. I mean, I think he's gonna be pretty solid, man. So I'm feeling pretty good about this year, man. I don't expect Jimmy to last very long anyway, and I expect Trey to take over at some point. So
Okay.
hopefully it's soon.
You feel like you feel like Jimmy makes it halfway through the season, a little bit more? Do you think it's going to be an injury situation that allows Trey to supplant him, or what do you think is going to be the transition?
It's going to be an injury, man. I think it's going to be an injury because Garoppolo ain't been able to stay healthy, man. So I think he's one hit away from Trey coming in there. I think he gets beat up, and Trey comes in and takes it from there.
Okay.
And I'm going as soon as within the first 4 games.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So.
All right.
So yeah, I think Trey will be starting within the first 4 games.
Okay. What else? Okay, so you got Trey, and I know some. Ray say we'll trade Vince to tell you that we'll trade Trey for Watson.
Oh man, that's another thing too, man, about that Watson thing, man. It seemed like I'm still confused about that, man. I mean, if the Texans are going to trade him, why not go ahead and just do it now? Get what you can get for him. As far as, I mean, if you can get the number one, get it while you can get it, man. It's starting to dry. It seems like it's starting to dry up.
Yeah. And that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how much, the no trade clause has an impact on it. I'm wondering how much is it, just the offers they're getting. How much of it is the Texans, maybe asking too much? Is it the teams that are available?
I think it's 50-50.
Do you think everybody has a little bit of
because he got that trade. He has to decide if he has to agree to where he wants to go, and I think it's the asking price too. So I think it's a combination.
Yeah. So what do you think ultimately happens with that? Do you think he just ends up remaining a Texan for the rest of the season? You think he's get on the exempt? I mean, what do you think ultimately happens with Watson this season?
I think either 2 things, man. Either he's going to be with the team the whole season and not get traded till next year, or there's going to be an injury to a team and they're going to force to make a trade for him. I think it's going to be one of those 2 things. I think I'm leaning more to somebody's going to get a quarterback injured and they're going to want to make a deal for him. So. Okay.
Hopefully, so whatever it may be, I'm ready for this whole saga to be over with. You know what I mean? The more that it drags out, the less interesting it becomes. Again, I don't want to see anybody, go to jail or go to prison unless he just did some really off the wall shit. And I don't think he did nothing that crazy. I think all parties involved were willing. You know what I mean? But it's just I'm just ready to get that whole thing disassociated with Houston. Just take it wherever else you want to take it. Do whatever else the fuck you want to do. Just I'm tired of talking about it. Like, let's get some assets for it. Let's move forward. I mean, that if it's over, it's over. If you're gonna get right, then maybe we can work it out. Maybe things can get cleared up. I doubt that happens because he seems to be stubborn in his ways. But it is kind of is.
Yeah, because I was still wondering if the Dolphins are still maybe thinking about trying to make a move, but I haven't really heard nothing. So.
Yeah, they're going to have to give us back everything they took from us, and then some.
The whole 40 acres and everything.
Yeah, we're going to need it all. We want the name. We want shit. We're going to have to part-time at the stadium. We want everything, goddamn. That's again, like I say, maybe like I say, somebody eventually is going to have to back down because otherwise you got a depreciating asset sitting there and, nobody's benefiting from it. So something's going to happen. Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, we'll see, man. So, but that's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So.
Alrighty. Well, that's been Mr. Vince. I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening.
All right.
All right, chill. Good one. Wise man in the building. Heidi is a terrible person. She's a racist and a sexist. Okay, hold on. We got a call coming in. Sauceline active tonight. Hold on, baby. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling in to the Sauceline this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Hello, Josh. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right.
So how is life being a Cowboys fan?
I'm not a Cowboys fan. Where you getting that from?
But you're a Mavericks fan, right?
But that don't mean I like the football team in the city. That's just, if I did, I would be calling right now.
How did you become a Mavericks fan?
Oh my God. So, how that happened was this, right? So, I don't show y'all nothing. So, I was going to Grapevine area, which is like, I guess, 20 minutes from where they play. So, really, with the hometown basketball team, I have no problem with it because it's not overwhelming hype of the Cowboys and stuff. And I just got turned off by it. So, I was never really a fan of that team. And then I became a Texas fan, which was Andre Johnson had me sold when he was in his prime doing what he did. So.
Okay. Very, very questionable story, but hey, we'll take it. You know, everybody finds their own way. What's on your mind this evening, Mr. Josh?
I mean, I like how the defense is playing. I mean, I like how I like how the D-line really wants to attack the QB instead of just holding up gaps. And that's really one thing that you could do in a 4-3 that you can't do in a 3-4. So that's really like the main real reason why the defense is really having the success it's having, because once you get pressure on the QB, it gives opportunities for more picks, interceptions, fumbles, things like that.
Okay. One second. Let me see if make sure I got the audio up here. All right. So, what are you expecting? I mean, what are you expecting from this defense? I mean, do you have high hopes? Do you just kind of going along for the ride? I mean, do you feel like Lovie may be that key that we? Do you expect? Well, let's put it like this. Do you expect this defense to perform better this year than it did last year?
Yes, because I mean our defense was dead last year, so anything would be an improvement. So really our numbers are going to be better compared. And now we have an easier schedule as well, so our defense is going to perform better statistically. But the corners are kind of suspect, but you expect that on a team with not a whole lot of talent at that position. So all we really need to ask for the talent is above average at this point.
Hold on one second. I'll figure out. Oh, that's what it ain't working right. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. All right. Maybe that fixes that issue. Okay. So you say it's going to be better, even without the great J.J. Watt. And you feel like we're going to improve. You feel like statistically, because you can only go up from the bottom. Well, you can always stay at the bottom, I guess. Part two to Taylor, but it can. Speaking of JJ, how do you feel about JJ in Arizona? What do you think he's going to do?
I mean, I feel like he's going to have a good season, but is it really going to transfer to wins? That coach is suspect. It won't surprise me if Cliff Kingsbury is let go after the season when he don't make the playoffs again. And it's not really hot for JJ's fault. It's just people forget how stacked the NFC West is. With Seattle being there, doing what they're doing, the Rams improving at the QB position, then you have the 49ers already been getting the best quarterback in the draft in Trey Lance. So it's going to be a struggle in that division.
But isn't it kind of JJ's fault? Because he had a choice as to where he went. So he kind of chose to go there as opposed to maybe Hopkins, getting traded. I mean, he went for the paper. So, I mean, I can't blame him. I'm not blaming him, for the money. But I think a lot of people thought JJ was going to go for a championship or something like that. But, maybe not so much. Maybe he's not that worried about that. And so you think Cliff Kingsbury has a short leash and that he won't be there after this season?
Yeah, because there'll be a whole lot of pressure with the team that they have to not make. And it's really not – it could be his fault, but it's really not his fault. But, that division, the NFC is just tough. That's why I was – when people thought I was making a hot take when I said Arizona wasn't making the playoffs last year. even with them adding Hopkins. Not because the whole Hopkins is good. It's just the NFC is just a different level, honestly.
So you're saying the NFC is like the West in the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna find that out because we gotta play the division this year, so we're gonna find out the hard way.
Okay. So segueing back to the NBA real quick, considering that you are a Mavericks fan, unfortunately, what are your thoughts on your basketball team this season?
I mean, they're gonna be a good squad. I mean, as always, since we got Luka made him the proper ball handling creator, I mean, I think Kidd is gonna continue the progress that he's made and help develop guys, and I guess that's why the main reason why they ended up hiring him. So I didn't really like the hire at the time, but over time I was able to understand it. But like I said, the rest is so tough, so it won't surprise us finishing like 5th to 6th. Because again, y'all team is gonna improve. I understand. I think 3 years y'all gonna be where Atlanta is right now. But the Warriors with Clay coming back, the Lakers what they're doing, West is going to be very tough once again this year.
I think the Lakers are full of shit. But, so do you expect them to have a good push if they do make the playoffs? You're saying a 5th seed. Do you think they make it out of the first round, or is it another early exit?
I mean, anybody not named Clippers or Lakers, I think Mavs get out the first round last year. Luka took them to 7 games by himself. I don't wish injury on nobody, but if Kawhi wasn't healthy in round 1, they'll stay out the first round this year. But I don't hate Kawhi. I don't wish injuries on nobody.
Okay. Just curious on your thoughts about that. I hope y'all do terrible. I hope that y'all lose every game. I hope y'all don't win shit. I hope y'all don't even sniff the playoffs. That's just my thought because you're representing Dallas. All right. Anything else that's on your mind there, Mr. Josh?
I'm good, but one more thing. Since I guess this is later down the line, if the Rockets are still, if they're not good this season, I mean, they're going to have this player called Imani Bates to come out the next 2 years, pretty much calling him the next KD, and he's playing against one of the University of Houston rivals in Memphis, so you're going to actually have a chance to see him if you do show up on UH campus one of these days.
Don't worry about that. UH got that. We ain't worried about none of that. Okay. But I will keep an eye out for this Mr. Bates. That's terrible. That was almost a very, very bad statement, but we'll just leave it at that. We're not even going to go... But there's commercials, the actual commercials, Red Lobster commercials. That's terrible. They should not be playing any commercials during the sauce. Maybe they're talking about lobster sauce. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's a bit, Mr. Josh. Well, if you have no further thoughts, man, I appreciate you calling in and chopping it up with me this evening.
All right, man. Always.
All right. I'll let you. Yeah, I'm not worried about Dallas. Rock's gonna put that business on them. Okay, hold on. Well, what's the motherfucking deal we got calling in to the Sauceline this evening?
What it do?
All right. Who we got calling in?
This Rific.
I'm sorry?
Rific, yes.
Okay. Well, what's on your mind, Mr. Rific?
Well, I just first want to say congratulations on the progression, man. I was around watching your channel when it first started, before all this, everything, before. And now just to see how far along you came, just want to say congratulations.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, I think everybody's down the Texans and overlooking the Texans, and I think we're going to be one of those teams, kind of reminds me of just the front seven, but it kind of gives me the old New York Giants D-line kind of feel with Tuck and Strahan and everybody that was on that line creating that pressure, just being one of those teams that's under the radar that nobody wants to play. I think it's going to end up being like that.
Okay. Now, and I can see, and I think that's where most people are looking towards the defense being a significant contributor to the team. But what about offensively? Do you think that they'll have the ability to put up points, or is it a situation where, because we kind of see it in the preseason, where they're not sustaining the drive, they're not getting those third downs, and eventually, if the defense stays on the field too long because that offense can't sustain those drives, they kind of get worn out, and it ends up looking bad on the defense, but it's not necessarily their fault. Do you think that the offense will catch up at some point, early in the season or during the season?
I think that the offense is going to be game managed. Like, Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl, so hey, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you can run the ball, control the clock, and have an amazing defense that can create turnovers, you got a shot in any game. Because ain't nobody scoring 35, 42, scoring a lot of it. So if you can manage it and keep them around under 21 points, I think we got a shot at every game. Run the ball, drain the clock. That's number one. Drain the clock, control the clock. Special teams, I think we're going to have one of the best special teams in the NFL, and I think a lot of people don't understand how big of a role special teams play. It's the reason why they're putting so much emphasis on special teams. And Fairbairn is pretty reliable. So when you look at certain key points of winning, it kind of reminds me of the old Ravens that won the Super Bowl. Not saying we got Ray Lewis or Ed Reed, but I'm just saying run the ball, they control the clock. Really don't matter. You need a game manager as quarterback. You don't really need nobody to throw for 300 every single game.
Okay. I can see where you're coming from. Like, I'd like to see a little bit more execution on the field, but I can see, the blueprint that you're laying down, and that sounds kind of like what they want to do. Because, I think I caught the end of Tim Kelly's interview today, right before Lovie came on, and he was speaking about running, being able to run the ball, especially late in games. Wanting to control the clock, things like that. So I could definitely see that being the route that they want to go, especially if you have any kind of issues with Tyrod Taylor, and you have to end up relying on one of these other guys. I could definitely see them wanting to be heavy in the run. Okay.
Yeah, and like you said, in the fourth quarter, when that defense is a little tired, we have enough running backs to be able to put fresh legs in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the depth, people don't know. The depth is really what matters. This is how Belichick won all the Super Bowls, and to win with what was his name? Troy Brown, right? Played corner and receiver.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Don't let me lie to you. Was it Brown?
Well, you get what my point is.
Yeah.
They didn't have no big name receivers. They didn't even have no big name running back. So I just feel like you can take that. If we can get turnovers, you got a shot in any game. Whoever wins the turnover game most likely wins the game. And that's been since Pop Warner,
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, if you're looking at it like that, and you seem to be, one of the more trending up on the Texans callers that we've had. What are you looking at as far as your record prediction for the Texans this year?
I want to say something like 9-8, somewhere around that range where you barely, you make it in the wild card. You might be playing on the road. But like I say, that's one of them defenses, and the defensive line is so deep. So that on the reverse side, in the fourth quarter, right, you could put fresh D linemen in the game to pound on them linemen. See what I'm saying? So I see what they're doing, and it's a recipe to win.
Okay, so you're expecting a significant turnaround, and you're expecting that this new regime is going to make a much bigger impact than a lot of people are giving them credit, especially in the national media.
Most definitely. And the fact that they're ranked number 32 and everybody expecting them to bomb and just not be nothing, that's going to make it even more, a bigger and better story.
Okay.
Like Cinderella.
Okay.
You don't want to see the defense win championships. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like the Tampa Bay last year, going on the road, playing all.
I apologize to Mr. Rific for the call getting cut short. And for some reason, still streaming everything. I had something tripped everything. So I had to go fuss at everybody and blame everyone. And after everything reset, come back in here. So I don't know if it is still shaking or not. And I apologize for anybody who may have been watching and that fucking just cut out. So again, I apologize for that. I blame Scotty, as I do with everything, anytime something goes a little bit astray. So if you're watching this at a later date and you wonder why the shit just cut out and then came here, well, that's what happened. But it's about that time either way. It's just that I was feeling where he was going with it though. Honestly, I mean, it's like I don't necessarily agree, but I can see the foundation of his belief and why he was saying what he was saying. Again, so it's very unfortunate. I don't know what did that, but let me see what we got going here. But is it even showing up? The chat box ain't showing. Everything just died on me. Terrible. But so it's about that time. I'm saying no data. Is it coming through? I can't even tell if it's I'm trying to see if it's still coming through. It might be dead now. Oh. Now it's connected. After all that, I don't know what it was saying. It was there. But yeah, so I apologize to everybody that might have got cut off and cut out. Hey man, we was up to 70-something viewers and we only got 39 likes. Shame on all of y'all. Shame on everybody who ain't hit the like button. I'm highly upset. But with that being said, it's that damn time to call it a wrap anyway. I'm not mad at the bitch. That bitch just cut out on me. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it was definitely a bunch of other shit going on. Oh, there. So yeah, that's it is what it is. So like I said, it's about that time. I apologize to Mr. Rific for everything cutting out. Like I said, I blame Scotty. I'm gonna abuse him after the stream. We will be in the den 9 p.m. You don't know what I'm gonna be doing. As for some reason in the den they say I'm a woman basher. They especially accuse me of bashing black women, which is not true. Okay, if you watch the den, it is not true. Don't believe what the women in the den say. I do not bash black women. I never have, and I never will. Females, on the other hand, that's a different conversation. But make sure you slide it in. We're going to be talking about some of that continued nonsense with Sha'Carri, and we're going to be talking about the allegations and rumors of what happened with Steph Curry's mom and Dell Curry, right? We'll talk about it. So make sure you're there. I'll be there. I'll be on time. Broderick won't. He slipped in some rib sauce, and it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Again, my apologies for the technical difficulties. I'm chugging to produce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy. Oh, Josephine Johnny. And I appreciate everybody who called in this evening. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Again, if y'all don't get the notifications, just pull up at 7 o'clock. Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock. Weekends, if we got pregame shows, whatever it may be, y'all know how we rocking. Make sure y'all are there. But I'm chunking with Deuce. It's your boy Ed Honcho. I'm out. Y'all stay saucy.